Come in. Hi, I'm Chelsea. I'm going to be your nurse today. Can you tell me your name and date of birth?
Lauren Cox, 11/28/96.
Okay, I'm going to perform hand hygiene and provide some privacy. Okay. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Do you have a history of headaches or migraines?
Yes.
Have you ever had a concussion?
No.
Have you ever had a brain injury or surgery?
No.
Okay. I'm going to check some of your cranial nerves and your balance and then some deep tendon reflexes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start with cranial nerve number 1. So can you close your eyes for me and plug one nostril and tell me what this scent is?
Peppermint.
Yep. And then close the other one.
Grapefruit.
Yep, so cranial nerve 1 is intact. Okay, I'm going to do cranial nerve number 2 now. So can you just hold this 14 centimeters away from you and cover your right eye and then tell me what you see?
428-365.
Okay, and then cover the other one.
428-365.
And then have no eyes covered.
374-258.
Okay. So when she covered her right and her left eye, she read as a 20/40. And then with no eyes covered, her eyesight was about a 20/30. Do you wear contacts or anything?
Yes.
Are they in right now?
No.
Okay, so they are uncorrected
Mm-hmm.
right now. Okay, and then now I'm going to do cranial nerve number 3, 4, and 6. So I'm going to shine this pen light in your eye and see if your pupil constricts, which they both constrict bilaterally. Can you look at my pen light?
Mm-hmm.
And then look at the wall behind me? Look at my pen light, look at the wall behind me. So those also constrict with the difference in distance. And then I'm going to move my pen light around. Can you just follow it with your eyes? Okay, so they follow very well. She didn't pause or anything. So those are cranial nerve 3, 4, and 6 are intact. I'm going to do cranial nerve 5 now. So can you clench your jaw for me? And I'm going to feel right here. And I'm going to feel at your temples. And then, excuse me, I'm going to grab a sharp and a soft object. But before I forget, can you move your jaw side to side for me? Okay, so it moves with no break. Do you feel any pain when that happens?
No.
Okay. So can you close your eyes for me? I'm going to be doing a sharp and a soft object around your face and just tell me what it is.
Soft. Soft. Hard. Soft. Soft. Hard. Hard.
Okay, so she said all those correctly. So cranial nerve 5 is intact. I'm going to do cranial nerve 7 now. So can you raise your eyebrows for me? Can you squeeze your eyes shut without letting me open them? Okay, can you puff out your cheeks? Don't let me puff them. Can you smile? Can you frown? Okay, so cranial nerve 7 is intact. All of her facial expressions were good. She didn't have any problem doing it. So now I'm going to do cranial nerve 8. I'm going to start with the Weber, which she put the tuning fork on her scalp. So can you tell me if you hear them in both ears?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to do the Renee. So I'm going to put it behind your ear and then in front of your ear. So just tell me when you stop hearing it. This should be a 2-to-1 ratio. So I'm going to get my watch. Nope, that's not doing it. Okay, so that was the front of the ear. You could hear a lot longer than the back, so then I'm going to do it on this side as well. Yep, that was also a 2-to-1 ratio. Alright, so then that was the Renee, and then now I'm going to do the whisper. So can you plug that ear, and I'm going to whisper something to you and tell me what it is.
4A6.
Yep, and I'm going to do it on this side as well.
1 car 2.
I also said that as well. So so the whisper challenge was intact, and then now, so cranial nerve 8 is intact, so now I'm gonna go to cranial nerve 9. So can you look at me, and I'm going to check your uvula, make sure it's midline. So can you say ah for me? Okay, so it's midline, and it also moves up and down, right down the middle. And then, so that is intact. I'm not going to do the gag reflex on her because I don't have a tongue blade, and I'm going to be a little nice. And then cranial nerve 10, in the video it says you could just tell by the hoarseness of her voice, which her voice doesn't have any hoarseness or rasp to it, so that is fine. I'm going to do cranial nerve 11 now, so I'm going to I'm going to have you resist against my hand. Can you, and then this side as well, and shrug your shoulders. Alright, so she was very strong, very resistant. So that was intact as well. Ooh, I need to calm down.
Okay.
And then the last cranial nerve, can you stick out your tongue for me? Can you move it side to side? Can you say light, tight, and dynamite for me?
Light, tight, dynamite.
Okay, so she said that all very well for me. So she had her L's and her T's and her D and her N. So that's all. Okay. So those are all the cranial nerves. So now I'm going to do some balance. So can you stand up for me? And I'll move this a little out of the way. Can you walk to the chair for me? Just normally. Alright, so her arms are swaying normally. She's not leaning over, falling over. And then halfway, can you do heel to toe? Okay, and then the rest can you do tippy toes. Alright, so she's not falling. She's good there. And then now can you do like a deep knee squat for me? Okay, so she's good there. Not feeling any, she's not falling over or anything. So now I'm just going to have you stand there. I'm going to just have you close your eyes. I'm going to hold you, and can you just stay here for 20 seconds? Okay, you're good. So she did sway a little bit, but I mean, that's a little normal. So now can you stick out your arms and close, and then do the same thing with your eyes closed? Okay. So she did sway a little bit, but she was able to keep both her arms up at, without having one of them fall or not being able to hold them. Alright, so now I'm going to do your motor strength, which you can sit back down on the table. Alright, so now I'm going to I can't remember.
Just think for a second.
I think this is it. I'm not sure. So can you just put your arms up for me and resist as I push, and then as I pull, and then the same with your legs. Resist and pull. So those were both strong. So she didn't have any problem resisting. And then I'm gonna grab my sharp and my dull object. I don't know if, okay. So I'm just gonna put this in here for right now. So can you just put your arms and then flip them a bunch of times as fast as you can, so she has no problem doing that. And then your fingers as well, keep them to each as fast as you can. Okay, so she's not skipping any fingers, so she's fine there. And then, can can you touch your nose and then to my finger where I place it? Okay. Alright, so she was able to do that perfectly fine. And then I'm going to have her I don't know if I need this right now, but we're gonna do on your upper and lower extremities. I'm gonna do the sharp and the soft object. So just tell me what that is. So close your eyes for me.
Sharp. Oh. Sharp. 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 Dull. Dull. Sharp. Dull. Dull.
Okay. So she obviously did all those fine, and I don't think we need that anymore. Okay. One thing I did forget that just popped in my head with the last one, I need you to put your heel and slide it down your shin for me. Alright, so she did that midline, had no problem, wasn't swaying or anything. Alright, so then now I'm gonna need you to close your eyes, and I'm just gonna place my finger, and can you just point to where I put it? Okay, so she was off on a lot of them, but it was within 2 to 3 centimeters, so that should be fine. Whew, head hiccup. Okay, and then I also need to, can you close your eyes for me one more time? I'm gonna put your fingers up or down, so just tell me
Yes.
if it's up or if it's down.
Up. Up. Down.
Sorry.
Up. Down.
I'm also gonna do it on your toes.
Up. Up. Down. Down.
Okay, so she did all those perfectly fine. And then I don't know what else I'm forgetting. So hopefully it pops in my head, but I'm going, oh, looked at my tuning fork. I'm gonna grab my tuning fork now. And I'm gonna put this on your thumb, on both of them, and just let me know if you can feel them. Yep.
Yes.
And also on your big toes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So she's able to feel all of those. And now I'm going to write a letter on one hand and then a number on the other. So if you just close your eyes and tell me what that is.
5.
Yep.
E.
Yep. So those were both correct. And then now I'm going to do your deep tendon. So it says in the checkoff I just need to do 2 or 3 of them. So I'm going to do her tricep one. So I just need you to relax. Okay, so that one took a little bit. So I'm still gonna say it was around a 2 though because it didn't take too long. I'm gonna do on this side as well. So relax. So it did move a little bit, not as much though as the right one did. Then I'm also going to do her knee one. Ooh, that was a good one. So that one, oh God. Okay. So now I got that one. That one might have been on me, but those are both. This one was definitely 2. It definitely kicked really hard. And that one took a little longer, but I don't think I had it in the right spot. So then now I'm also going to do the bottom of her foot with this, and I'm going to do a little L, and I have to look at her toes when she does it. Sorry, this may tickle. I'm going to just have your foot like this. Okay, so her big toe did go down as well. Did that tickle? And so did the other one. And then I did that. I'll put this down real quick. And now I'm going to do this test. I think it is for clonus, if I remember from your checkoff video. So I'm going to hold your foot up, and I'm just going to just relax. I'm going to just move your foot around for a couple of seconds, and then snap. So no spasms in her calf. I'm going to do it in this one as well. Snap. Okay, no spasms in there either. And I think I covered everything. So now I'm going to do 3 considerations, which one of them would be if they had a stroke, because if, say her right side was not working, she was hemiparesis, it'd be a lot harder to have her feel some of those, like the sharp and the dull and stuff like that. And then if they had a brain injury, some things also would not work as well. And then elderly, their sensory probably would be a little slower, a little off, so they wouldn't be able to be as reactive as she was. That's it.